Hi Sam. I'm glad to see you today. Are you ready for some new vocabulary?
Hi Alex. Yes, I'm excited. What's the word for today?
Today, we're learning,
Idee,
which means idea in English.
Oh, I know that word. But are there other meanings too?
Good question. Besides idea, it can also mean concept or notion. The most common one is definitely idea. Just be careful, as it might seem similar to the English word idea, but in some contexts, it can be used quite differently in
Deutsch,
Got it. So, how do we use
Idee,
in sentences?
Idee,
is a feminine noun, so we say.
die Idee,
The plural is.
die Ideen.
You can use it like this.
Ich habe eine Idee.
Means I have an idea. In the past tense, you would say.
Ich hatte eine Idee.
For I had an idea, and in perfect, it's.
Ich habe eine Idee gehabt.
Oh, I see. What about using it in the imperative?
You would say.
Habe eine Idee.
Which means have an idea. It's simple and effective.
That's interesting. Where does the word
Idee,
come from?
Idee,
Comes from the Latin word,
Idea,
which has the same meaning. It made its way into,
Deutsch.
through French. Over time, the usage has shifted a bit, but the core meaning remains.
Wow, that's really fascinating. I didn't know that.
Now, let's break down the word a bit. Since
Idee,
can't be split into smaller parts, we can't really build it like Lego blocks. But think of it as a bright light bulb going off in your mind.
I like that image.
Let's talk about similar words. Words with the same prefix could include,
Ideologie,
which means ideology, and
Ideal,
meaning ideal.
I know.
Ideal,
Great. Then we have words with the same suffix like,
Kreativität,
which means creativity, and
Aktivität.
meaning activity.
Those sound useful.
Absolutely. And here's another compound example,
Ideenreich,
which means full of ideas. It's a combination of
Idee,
and.
reich.
That's a lot of new words. Can we practice using
Idee,
in real life situations?
Sure. Imagine you're at a meeting and you want to share your thoughts. You can start with:
Ich habe eine Idee für unser Projekt.
Okay, let me try.
Ich habe eine Idee für die Präsentation.
Exactly. That's perfect. Here's another scenario. At a cafe, you might say:
Ich habe eine Idee für ein neues Getränk.
Ich habe eine Idee für ein neues Getränk.
Nice.
Yes. One more situation. If you're brainstorming with friends, you can say:
Habt ihr eine Idee für unser Treffen?
Habt ihr eine Idee für unser Treffen?
That's fun.
Now, let's not forget about the gender. Since
Idee.
is feminine, you can remember it by the ending. Also, think of a light bulb to remember its brightness.
That's a good hint.
Usage-wise,
Idee.
is generally informal but can be used in formal settings too. Some typical collocations are:
Gute Idee. Schlechte Idee.
and
Neue Idee.
just be careful not to confuse it with,
Ideologie.
which is more about systems of thought.
I see how that could be confusing.
Let's look at some full sentences. For instance,
Ich finde deine Idee interessant.
means I find your idea interesting.
Ich finde deine Idee interessant.
Perfect. Another one is:
Wir hatten viele Ideen für das Projekt.
which means we had many ideas for the project.
Wir hatten viele Ideen für das Projekt.
Excellent. Then, you can say:
Hast du eine gute Idee?
meaning, do you have a good idea?
Hast du eine gute Idee?
Great. And how about this?
Sie hat eine neue Idee entwickelt.
Means she developed a new idea.
Sie hat eine neue Idee entwickelt.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Now, let's do a quick recall check. What's the gender of
Idee.
It's feminine.
correct? What's the plural form?
Ideen.
Right again. Can you give me an example of using it in the past tense?
Ich hatte eine Idee.
Perfect. What would be the imperative form?
Habe eine Idee.
Exactly. And what's the origin of
Idee.
It comes from Latin.
You did wonderfully today, Sam. The key takeaway is to remember that
Idee.
means idea and is often used in both casual and formal conversations.
Thanks, Alex. I feel more confident with this word now.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep practicing, and you'll use it like a pro in no time.